GamingAndGear here, and I have a new interesting article. It's a little bit of a side note here to talk about, and it's an article about kind of commemorating the Wii U coming out, and it's 35 years of video game console launch prices adjusted for inflation. Now we all know that the Wii U is launching at $300/$350, and this guy put together a fairly neat thing. So first I'm going to go over the unadjusted and then the adjusted. This isn't in any particular order of release, but they are fairly within each other. I noticed the Odyssey was actually after the 2600, so that's why it's not exactly in order. But first we have the Atari 2600 launched at $200. The Odyssey launched at $200. The Intellivision launched at $300. The ColecoVision 175. The 5200 from Atari launched at $330. The Vectrex, which I've never heard of, $200. NES $200. 7800, $140. The Master System launched at $200. The Genesis actually launched at $190, which I didn't know. TurboGrafx 16, $200. Neo Geo launched at the absolutely ridiculous price of $650. The SNES launched at $200. CDI $400. 3DO, the outrageously absurd price of $700. We all know that. The Jaguar $250. Saturn $400. PlayStation $300. Nintendo 64 $200. And given in mind also, these prices are probably like $299, $199, but they're just rounded up. Dreamcast $200, PlayStation 3, and Xbox $300, GameCube $200, 360 starts at $300, and then went up to $400 also if you want the, 40 gigabyte version? 40 or 30, something like that. PlayStation 3, of course, started at $500, and then also could go up to $600. Wii started at $250, and then the Wii U starting at $300/$350. Now let's adjust for some inflation. The Atari 2600 launched at $576. This is all in US, as it would be in today's land. The Odyssey at $702. This is at the time of their release, so if you're wondering why the Odyssey is lower than 2600, it just reasons. The Intellivision almost 1,000, clocking at 948. The ColecoVision at 415. The Atari 5200 at 782. The Vertex at 474. The NES at these kind of ridiculous 426. If that launched right now, that would be pretty expensive. The 7800 launched at $293. Master System 418. Genesis 352, which honestly that isn't too bad today for a console. Of course, paying that much for a Genesis now would be insane unless it's like in the box. Graphics 16, 370. Neo Geo, an astonishing 1,138. SNES 336. CDI 672. 3DO actually isn't the highest the Neo Geo is because it's just adjusted for inflation, but still it only loses by like $20, 1,113. The Jaguar at almost 400 at 398. Saturn to a even 600. PlayStation 450. Nintendo 64 actually is one of the. It's basically, besides the GameCube, it's the lowest price on this list adjusted for inflation. Besides barely being beaten by the Wii, it's the lowest price for a good system. Dreamcast at $276. Nothing against the Dreamcast. I just don't think it was that great of a system. PS2 $399. Xbox $387. GameCube is the lowest on the list, I believe. Yes, $258. Xbox 360 is $351. This is for the base model. PlayStation 3 is $570. The Wii would be $285, and then of course there is the Wii U at $300. So I just thought this was a very kind of interesting thing to see just how expensive getting into gaming was. I mean, they say Atari 2600 was mainstream, but I mean, $750 is a lot. There weren't too many average Joes playing casual Atari. I mean, NES still, like, that's some serious dough, $426. I was actually surprised that the Genesis launched at the same price as the Nintendo. But yeah, That's gonna wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching. Please remember to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and see you guys later.